Beth, what's the vibe for your team? It's a kind of a new situation for you with so much turnover. What's the kind of vibe you have going into this opening?
The vibe is we're tired of purple and gold. We're ready for any other color to take this field with us. We're getting prepared. I think we're at the point that, we need to play so that we can see some new things to work on, create some new problems. We've solved all the ones we have in front of us, and, we're ready to give it a shot.
Would you agree that Jaden is maybe the most highly anticipated recruit since Taylor came in? I'm sure you're aware that a lot of people want to see, what LSU has here.
Same. I want to see her too. I'm excited about her. I think everyone is. I know our team is too. She's done some really cool things in this preseason, so we're all ready for her to take the mound, and it's going to happen. It's coming this weekend.
Sierra mentioned just the exposure that she sees out of Jaden. That not fresh. When did you notice that in the recruiting process? Notice that might be a little bit different than what you'd seen before?
I mean, she's really the ultimate competitor. She has a lot of confidence. She pitches with a lot of belief. She's not afraid to really do anything on the mound. You know what I mean? She's not afraid to just shove a ball anywhere in the strike zone. Works hard, throws hard, tries to work in every pitch, I guess, to throw as hard as she can. She's going to compete, and I think that's going to take her a long way. She's tough, and there's something to be said for that.
With so many moving parts from last year, you feel like you're going to have growing pains early on, or do you feel like the chemistry is already kind of there?
I do think this team will get better as the season goes, more than teams in the past. I think their best softball is in front of them and is deeper in this season. I think they need some experience. So I do think you're going to see more growth out of this team than some of the teams in the past. But on the same regard, I think we have enough people with enough experience to keep us in a lot of ball games. For one thing, we have Sydney Burzon, so if she stays on her feet, we're in great shape. And then Macy Vacheron, we're strong at the middle. Jayla Laster has a ton of experience too. Somehow Mackenzie Rudy has had a 300 career in the SEC, but flies under the radar. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but she's an all SEC player. So I think if you look around the field, we have a ton of mainstays that will give us enough experience.
Sierra mentioned that this team is one of the younger teams. How are you guys managing that young team through this training camp going into the season?
Yeah, I think we have worked with them differently. I think there's been a lot more teaching. There's been some things we wanted to change culture-wise that we've known for a couple of years, and maybe even last year, but it was a good time to do it now with some new people in the program. And you hate to take fifth-year seniors and do a lot of things different. It's tough. They've played one way their whole career, so I think this was an opportunity for us to make a couple culture shifts and changes that we knew needed to happen, and I think we've done that.
Can we anticipate a lot of lineup juggling this weekend? Switching people around?
I do think you're going to see some different faces. I also think there's something to be said for giving some people some chances to get comfortable. So I don't know how much of it we'll do. There's probably 11, 12 people in the mix this weekend, I would say, for starting jobs, and then a bunch of people that can come off the bench in some spots. I think we have a couple defensive replacements, some people that will need to get some at-bats in a pinch hit role, but I do think there's something to be said for letting people have a shot at it, getting them comfortable, getting them some confidence.
Are we going to see Jaden on both sides of the ball this coming weekend, or are you guys going to kind of ease her into that?
I don't know. I know you'll see her on the mound for sure. I think the offensive side is super competitive. I think there may be some opportunities for her to pinch hit or do some things. And then kind of the next 2 days of practice, I think, will be the final decision on that.
Expecting a tough one against Charlotte. Made it to two straight regionals.
Yeah, I think Charlotte's going to have a different look. They have a different coach, a lot of transfers. So I think they're going to have a little different look in the past. We don't have a ton of information about them because of that. A lot of the Charlotte players are now at South Carolina, so we'll be seeing that team later. But I think the other two teams in the tournament, too, with UCA and Southeastern, present some pretty significant challenges with the way they run, the pressure they put on you with their offense. Central Arkansas's got a pretty old team, and then Southeastern, played really well in the regional last year and returned a core group from that. So we have some challenges for sure.
I know Sierra mentioned that this is a new story. What are some key things that you're already thinking about doing, focusing on in order to get this win for Tiger Classic?
Yeah, I would say just continuing to do a lot of the things that we worked on in practice. Obviously, we've talked a lot about our speed game and being athletic, and I think, we need to see how that plays. We need to see people having tough at-bats. We call them fighting tigers. There's a whole list of things that they have to accomplish, and they get a fighting tiger. There's a certain number of those per game. So some new things. No more quality at bats. They're now called CPAs. So some different things that they're trying to put into play this year. So I think we'll start tallying those and racking those up, and hopefully they work. Competitive plate appearances.
Competitive plate appearances.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my next one.
I knew it was.
So I kind of want to shift gears a little bit and talk about almost the lineup tradition that you do every season with the players filling out their own lineup card. I kind of want to see how that started and where you think it's going from year to year and how it's changed.
It's not happening this year.
No?
It's not. First time. First time. I think there is so much just left unknown this year, and so many people that are in the mix. I don't know if it's a year where I have to have their opinions, or I think so many people are so deserving, and we're going to see a lot of faces. So I think it would take us 2 hours to sit down and have them write it. So we're skipping it and we're playing softball.
What about the media filling out the lineup?
Love it. Please turn it in. I'm waiting for your text, Jim.
Can you kind of talk about how that started as a tradition that the players do?
I think it started selfishly because I wanted them to know how hard my job was. I wanted them to realize how many good players are on this team, and that if you are left out of a lineup, it's because the person in front of you is really, really great. Sometimes your biggest battle of the whole year is right here on our own field in practice. I think that's been a core value of this program for a very long time, is that whatever position it is, we play it well. And if we played second base well today, even if you're the person that's in the dugout, you know you made that player that's at second base really good because you challenged her every single day. So the goal is not who plays second base, but that we play second base well. So I would say it came from that.
Sierra mentioned this. To kind of put pressure on opposing defenses, and obviously a bunch of other players that kind of create a little bit of stress. How important and how much do you want to see that? And you mentioned your opponents can do that. Is that kind of an exciting new element you feel like in this team?
It is, and we've worked hard at it. I think, giving them some free reign, but it's also going to be just me continuing to grow and being a little riskier than what I'm used to, taking some chances, understanding our personnel and some matchups. We have so much information in front of us, so using the information to the absolute best of my ability too as a coach to manage them. I think it's going to feel different. So maybe a little uncomfortable for me as we start, but I think good things come out of being uncomfortable. So there's been a lot of uncomfortable for me this preseason, just with all of the staff changes and new players, and it's been an awesome feeling, honestly, and it's been a good challenge.
Sierra had a surgery back in 2023. I was just wondering, were you ever worried about her getting back on the field? I know she was only out for a week recovering and stuff like that, but were y'all able to figure out any changes, or was it just she's coming back stronger than ever or anything?
I think we trusted our medical team. I mean, I know we have an incredible cardiologist that really laid it out for me very clearly, so I felt confident in it the whole time. It was scary, of course. Anytime you're talking about a heart condition, it's always a scary feeling, and then scary to think about just an 18-year-old woman having this, but how cool that LSU had just the best medical personnel that were able to catch this and fix her right up and get her back going. So that was an incredible story.